Saturday night. It's Improv that is live from New York City. And what we're going to do, actually, we're not even going to do improv to start you off because this is a world where there's a lot of information. We're on the World Wide Web, kids. So we're going to tell you about some stories that we've been working on so that we can open our own news network. But before we do that, I would like to quickly introduce a fabulous set of news people and improvisers to you. We have Dawn, who's right there. There's Heidi. And thank you, EJ, for being here with us. And Stephanie, always nice to have you here. Taylor, great to see you. Sandi, hello, hello. And last but not least, Barry as the Beaver. Does anybody remember that? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, so at 11 o'clock tonight, if you're still around, we're going to be doing a news broadcast. And you can tune in at 11 o'clock and see the stories that we're working on. But first, we want to give you a little taste of those stories so that you can tune in at 11 o'clock. And our first story is going to be brought to you by Dawn, who's got an amazing story about how parks are getting smaller, then bigger again. Dawn.
Hi, this is Don. We're right over here on the scene over here at Central Park, which is getting smaller and smaller as we speak. As a matter of fact, it's turning into a little park. Why, holy mackerel, I think they should probably call it Little Park. More at 11, or that's GMT plus 20, or CET 70, or IST 14, or is it? And on to, who's the next person? I'm sorry. What is this thing?
Please. Send it to Heidi, please.
Heidi, of course. That's what I was going to say. And giving it in to Heidi, it's an amazing story on baking cakes without any flour or ingredient.
Mm. Yes, Heidi Drew here. Thank you, Don. I'm in a bakery, and it's quite interesting how we bake cakes. And I will show you how that is done at 11. And on to EJ Huerta about dancing in the streets.
Thank you, Heidi. Dancing in the streets has never been so important. And tonight, your local town hall is hosting the Midnight Dance Couples only, and make sure you ask permission to break curfew. But more on that at 11. Right now, I'm sending you over to Stephanie Falciano, who has, talking of dancing, an update on the sinister series of tutu thefts at the Drury Theatre. Over to you, Stephanie.
Oh, thank you so much, EJ. Yes, these tutu thefts. It's been going on for so long. People are breaking in to ballet studios and stealing just the tutus. Also, on another note, there's no tutus in the Halloween shop for the pets. I could not find a tutu for my little foo-foo. More on that at 11. And now over to Taylor on why body art is the new fashion.
Thank you, Stephanie. This is Taylor Edwards, and the latest fashion trends, if you can believe, is body painting. That's right. It's a revival from the 60s. Get naked, get painted, and get having yourself a time. Over to Sandi Gansel for a story that is absolutely one of the most intriguing, most deliciously developing things I've ever heard of on Pizza Rat.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. Yes. There are all kinds of crusts out there these days. Not your regular New York style or your calzone style, but you have zucchini crust and you have cauliflower crust and gluten-free crust. But the Pizza Rats are focusing on the New York style pizza. And they're eating it from the edge in. On 11, find out how they tolerate all that cheese and gluten. Now on to Barry, who has an exciting report on moles tunneling through the desert, never before seen. Barry Weisband.
Thank you, Sandy. This is Barry Weisband from the desert here in far out Arizona. I got a report on the molds. They're tunneling. It's a jello mold. They become alive. The jello comes, starts to grow to feet, and they tunnel right through the desert. It's an amazing sight. Now I want to, there's going to be more, certainly at 11. Bring your Cool Whip. but nonetheless, over to Dawn. It's amazing. There's indoor dust storms. Dawn, tell us about the indoor dust storms.
Thank you, Barry. You know, this is an amazing thing. I have no idea. Oh, no tutus for Fufu. This is such a boo-boo. This is a very sad. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to work. Yes, that's right. So there is an amazing storm that's going on inside the building. We have no idea where it's coming from. We're assuming that the mouses are all blowing, and that's why it's been created, but we're really not sure. More at 11, which is actually 2200, or GMT 4 plus 5. And more with that. Okay. Yeah, Heidi's going to give us an update, if you will, on mandalas indeed actually appearing in VFF halls.
Hi, this is Heidi Drew in VFF halls, where the mandalas are appearing just out of nowhere. It's like this incredible magic. There's crowds coming to this area to see these mandalas. We will tell you more about that and show you the mandalas at 11. Now, on to EJ about the weather.
Thank you, Heidi. I'm coming to you from the Girl Scout First Aid Kit at the Dancing in the Street Festival tonight with a weather update. Wrapping things up, we'll be bringing you the full picture at 11, but right now I can tell you it's weather for dancing, so come on down, join me. Oh, and I have heard we have an update from Stephanie in the newsroom. I hear there's been an arrest in the serial thefts of tutus.
Oh, yes, EJ. Oh, and it's nice to see you out there dancing while the weather is still great. I love it. Yes, they finally caught someone sneaking into the pet store and not just taking the tutus for the foo-foos, but taking the tutus for the meow, meow, and for the little, whatever that kind of animal is. And they caught him in the act on video. Awesome. So they got him, and it's the first arrest on this theft, and I hope we get the rest of them. But more on that at 11. Now, over to Taylor on why drinking blood is good for your skin.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm Taylor Edwards. And skincare is something that we all think about on a regular basis. The latest trend is rather than donating your blood to hospitals and that sort of stuff, after you've pricked your fingers, you rub it over your skin and let that skin dry. We talk with several dermatologists at 11 and get their input and their perspective on whether or not this is a good idea. Sandi is up next with an intriguing story. She always has the best stories on flan or cheesecake. You decide. Sandi?
Oh, thank you, Taylor. Yes, the controversy continues. Flan or cheesecake? Now, flan is a little custardy, jello-y-ish thing that wiggles in your plate, and you have to have your own little torch to do the top, sort of like a little creme brulee. But cheesecake, crust, graham cracker crust, pie crust. Hey, you can tell by the accent. It's New York cheesecake all the way. Flan. Sounds good. Cheesecake. And the best place to find cheesecake will be coming up at 11. And now, Barry Weisband is at the Science and Technology Fair, and he has going to report on new cameras that you can swallow and help diagnose what's wrong with you.
Thank you, Sandy. Barry Weisband here. I really want to see that jiggle on your plate. But I'm reporting on the cameras. You know, cameras are amazing. They come in all sizes. There's one that's this big and you put it up your nose like this. And then it takes a picture of all of your hairs, your nostril hairs. It's amazing. You don't put it anywhere else, though. More on that at 11. Now, over to Scotty. Scotty, he's going to tell us about putting sideburns on your face because your face is so fat.
Yes. That's going to be coming up in our section on fashion and beauty, that you can make your face look a little less fat. But what's that? Oh, this just in. Oh, an update on Stephanie's story. The person who stole Fufu's tutu has been sentenced. Now they're in big doo-doo. But we'll cover that story and more at 11. Tune in then. And I'd like to thank our news desk again. Thank you, Don and Heidi and EJ and Stephanie and Taylor and Sandy and Barry. I am your anchor, Scotty Watson. And there's going to be more improv coming at your face on this Saturday night special edition. So stick around.